Bom dia! Let's see, it's Friday the 27th of December. I need to go downtown because there is absolutely nothing to eat in this house. um, it's very, very hot, sunny, absolutely dry. So instead of the way I would usually go to the center of the city by foot, it's an hour-long walk. It's just too damn hot. I'm going to take a motorcycle taxi. I need somehow to get some cash too, or some way to pay. I'll deal with that when I get downtown, I guess. But all is well. I hope you all had a great Christmas and enjoying your holiday season. And if you have some days off, that's great. Every day's a day off for me. That's what happens when you get old. So let's go down to the center of town and buy some groceries and get some food into this house. And come on, let's go. I'm at the supermarket. Well, it's 2 days after Christmas. There's not anything to eat in the house. I'm going to have a little talk with my brother-in-law. I live with his daughter. I call her my niece. She's 20 years old, university student. Nice young lady. But and I buy most of the food in the house, although that was never a part of the deal. I pay all the rent and the utilities, but Eliamar sometimes conveniently forgets that his daughter is his responsibility, not mine. I don't mind buying a lot of the food, but once in a while he needs to get her some groceries because she has nothing to eat and she is stick thin. So we're gonna have a little chat tomorrow and go to the supermarket together. And also a little note about small city living. I have no access to either one of my bank accounts. I got on a moto taxi this morning. I had no cash, but you're allowed to pay by Pix, which is a Brazilian way of paying, being the internet using your cell phone. Well, as I hopped on the back of the motor taxi and we were heading downtown, I realized I wasn't sure I had any available cash in my bank accounts. I have money, but it's locked into higher interest type accounts, so I needed to do a transfer. I was not able to get inside either one of my bank accounts online. Very annoying. I guess both systems are down. I don't know why, but that's not untypical here in Brazil. So I asked, as we got to downtown, I asked the motorcycle taxi driver to please take me to the bank. I was starting to get nervous, hoping that the ATM machines were not down. Two of the three at my bank, two of the three ATM machines were down. One was working, so there was a line. And then I started sweating because I'm thinking of the poor motorcycle taxi waiting outside. You know, he's waiting for me, losing customers, opportunities to make money. Finally, my turn comes, and thankfully, it worked. I was able to take out 50 reais, and then I rushed outside to pay him. I apologized for the rerouting and for the way to the bank, and I gave him double what he would have charged. The normal fare was 10, and I gave him 20 reais. He was very nice. He was not chafing at the bit or upset. He was very thankful for the paying double. I wished him a Happy New Year. And now I'm here at the supermarket. This is a machine I love at the supermarket. Fresh, natural oranges on top. And then you take a bottle, empty bottle, and press against it, put it in here. Oh, and press the button down. And it squeezes. See them moving, they're falling into the machine. Squeezing, and you get fresh squeezed orange juice. Very nice. One thing that's a minor annoyance, very minor, but I'm going to mention it, is that Brazilians are starers. They have no shyness about staring at you and not deviating their look. And I certainly get stared at a lot. Even when I don't open my mouth, my coloring, I don't look anything like a Brazilian. Unfortunately, there are white Brazilians, of course, but you know, I look Germanic. I don't look like really anything like a Brazilian. And then, of course, once I open my mouth, it's obvious I'm an alien. And also when I'm talking into my cell phone. Anyway, they stare and stare and stare. And I get a little annoyed sometimes. Sometimes I mutter under my breath. Mind your own business. Of course, I say it in English. I wouldn't be rude. Obviously rude. But that's a minor annoyance, being stared at a lot. Oh, and that staring thing is especially true here in Bahia and in my small city, because there is not another foreigner within miles from here. And here I am walking around talking to myself in English. No wonder they stare at me. Oh, and while I'm in a complaining mode, I'm going to complain about the heat. Temperatures lately have been ranging between 93, daytime highs of 93 to 96 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's been absolutely no rain for a month. And there's no rain in the next 10-day forecast. This is a hot time of year, and I remember my first year here in San Antonio, there was no rain for like 45 days around this time of year, but still, it makes life uncomfortable. I would have liked to have walked here, the 1 hour walk between my condo and the center of town, but it's just too damn hot, and the sun is so intense. And so I take motorcycle taxis, and blah, blah, blah. Stop complaining. Gringo. Well, I'm back home on this very hot, sunny, and rainless day. What is today? It's Friday, the 27th of December. We had a nice post-Christmas lunch at Eliamar and Tanya's house, my in-laws, yesterday. Eliamar is in a much better mood. He was in a lousy mood Christmas Eve. He didn't join us. He picked me up, and then when we got to his house, he went straight to bed and didn't show his face again. On Christmas Day, I found him at my condo, sitting out by the pool at night, all by himself, listening to a boombox. And I did get him to finally admit why he was such a bad mood. He said that this happens to him at Christmas time. He grew up very poor in a favela in Salvador. And he never had Christmas, he said. His father, who was a policeman, never ever gave him a present. They did not celebrate Christmas anyway. There was no Christmas dinner. There was absolutely nothing. There was no sense that it was Christmas at all. He said that his mother did take him to Carnival, did take him to Lavagem de Bonfim, but Christmas was not really acknowledged in his house at all. So I guess that's the root of his unhappiness at Christmas time. And I noticed that he has 3 children, 2 daughters and a son, and they did not join us for Christmas Eve dinner either. His daughter, the one I live with, just didn't want to come. So Christmas was not depressing, but it was a little bit of a downer, maybe a little anticlimactic, because it was just basically his wife Tanya and me and Tanya's daughter. It was a very nice dinner, very well made, very well prepared. The house looked beautiful, but it wasn't very lively. But it's gotten a lot better now. New Year's Eve is a big thing here in Brazil. New Year's Eve is called Réveillon. And we're making plans for having, it looks like we're not going into Salvador, but we're going to a local kind of resort, maybe with a swimming pool and boats and fireworks and things like that. So that's coming up in a few days, and I'll bring you along with me. So thanks for joining me on these several days post-Christmas. I'll see you soon. Beijo. Ciao.